Now that I've had a day to clear my mind and sort of reflect on the information that we've been given yesterday, I decided that I want to make another video to get more of my thoughts across, because yesterday's reaction video is sort of just that, a reaction video. It was a quick one. I saw it immediately, got on my computer, and started recording. And I've had a little bit to think about it now. And as you've seen with the title, I'm just going to start off and say I'm disappointed. Disappointed, really, with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl as a whole. Obviously, if you didn't see the video I made yesterday, I'll leave an iCard to it. Basically, we got the release dates and covers of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl via Twitter. The official Pokemon company just tweeted it out. Said, "Hey, here's the release dates. Here's the cover arts. Stuff that usually is saved for the most intensive trailers, stuff that brings the most hype about." And they just gave it out in a tweet. Same thing with Legends Arceus. And on top of that, seeing these cover arts just confirms that there aren't going to be any special forms of Dialga Palkia. There's no primals, nothing going to be for Giratina. Hell, there might not even be megas. I might have to fucking delete that video that did very well for me about fucking megas and shit like that, because I don't know if it's going to be in this game. I just don't. And I'm kind of baffled that okay, we don't know if megas are deconfirmed or confirmed in the first place, but the fact that they didn't even give Dialga and Palkia new forms just baffles my mind. That I now understand why they gave these games to ILCA. They gave it to them because they don't care. These games are just a cash grab to them. I mean, really. They gave us Chibi Dawn. They gave us this. They gave us some screenshots and what's been playing in the background. Waited 3 months and then tweeted out the release date and cover trailer. They don't care. That isn't the normal treatment that they give games. I mean, they didn't do too much for ORAS, but they still did more than this. And at least with ORAS, they made good games. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, from what I've seen, is just going to be Diamond and Pearl in 3D. Which I know that is what a remake is. But there's supposed to be added content to it. I mean, look at Fire Red Leaf Green, added the Sevi Islands, added an extra story with Lorelei. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are some of the most beloved games in the series. ORAS added, in my opinion, the best post game to any game that they've ever made. It added megas, it had the primal forms, it had just a lot more. They were all the remakes have been really good games, and then we get to Diamond and Pearl. Another, for at least from what I've seen, another one of the most beloved generations, and they just don't care. They just make the same game again. They don't add anything to it, and they don't even develop it themselves. Yes, Junichi Masuda has been looking over the project the entire time, but I mean, really, they could have done so much more. And I know that they've been making Legends Arceus, and I know it's set in Ancient Sinnoh and stuff like that, but I mean, they really got to nail that game to give Gen 4 what it deserves. Because these screenshots, I mean, look, this isn't what it deserves. This isn't what it is. It should have been better. I didn't expect the greatest game of all time that they've ever made. But I at least expected something like ORAS. I expected there to be new forms for Dialga and Palkia. Maybe megas. Once again, only a maybe. I expected them to try to do something cool with the post game with Giratina. I honestly, with the graphics, I could get past it if they gave me new forms of Dialga and Palkia. They gave me megas. I could look past the graphics. It doesn't it doesn't bother me that much. But now I look at it completely differently. Now I just look at it like they weren't trying. They didn't care. They just took the 2D sprites, threw them into 3D, and called it a game. That's not what a remake should be. Is it by definition what a remake is? Yes, but that's not what it should be. You should be able to play Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and have at least a slightly different experience than the originals. You can certainly say with ORAS. With ORAS, there's more Pokemon. I believe. I can't remember that for fact. I haven't played it in a while. I mean, I definitely know in the post game that there is, but I'm not sure if during the main story there is. Regardless, the post game's going to be different. There's going to be megas. Things are at least slightly different. And I mean, but with this, all it is just a graphics update that is decent at best. I mean, that is coming from the nicer side of what people are saying about this game. I mean, you don't have to go far to find very, very harsh things about the graphics of this game. But I mean, really, it just doesn't seem like they cared. It doesn't seem like they could be bothered. Like this is just a cash grab to them, which, I mean, they're lucky that it's Diamond and Pearl. 'Cause, I mean, no matter what, it's still gonna be, it should be a good game because it's Diamond and Pearl, at least to me. But it's gonna be disappointing. I don't even know if I'll buy it. 'Cause, I mean, I have my copy of Diamond. Why do I need to spend $60 to play a game that I already have? Like, and that's on top of it. They doubled the price or something like that for the original was to $60. This game shouldn't be $60. It doesn't have to be $60. I mean, it's just disappointing. I mean, all I'm really left with is just waiting for Legends Arceus and praying that they don't fuck that up. So, I mean, this game's got 8 months, less than 8 months, about 7 till, actually, no. Actually, I think it's like 8 months exactly. I think it's like exactly 8 months till that game comes out. And what it's going to be, we don't know yet. They really, really have to nail E3 with Legends Arceus. They're not going to show anything for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They don't care. There's nothing to show. We've seen everything. Genuinely. I do not believe that there is anything more for them to show us. Which sucks. It's terrible. Like, I really want to be wrong here, but I don't think that I am. So, all I'm left with is just this feeling of disappointment. Like, unless Legends Arceus can really come through and be clutch. I mean, and it honestly, this might be just a sign of a turning point for Game Freak as a whole. Like, depending on how Legends Arceus goes, I mean, it's an open world Pokemon game. That's what we've wanted. One would assume that they'd keep on creating those, which, I mean, if that's the case, that's great. If they nail Legends Arceus, they can get better at it. I love it. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time. If you don't fuck up that formula, I'm gonna like it. But I'm afraid of what they're going to do to the old games, the original series. If it's just gonna become another Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl every couple years. So, I mean, it's already disappointing to see it's already disappointing enough to see this with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but if they do this with Black and White in a couple years, that's gonna really hurt. That's gonna really hurt. Because with those games, they put in their all. In my opinion, those games had probably the most effort of any game. And they're my personal favorites. Gen 5 is my personal favorite generation. And if they were to do this, if they were to just rehash the game and not change a single thing, it'd be a good game. But it'd be a good game because of work you did 10 plus years ago, over a decade ago, not because you put in the work now. It's just disappointing. It's all I can really say. Like, I really hope that in a couple weeks when E3 rolls around, I can be proven wrong in any way. I don't think it'll be through Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, but I really, really hope now that Legends Arceus can be the game that we need it to be. I think that's about it. Just, I don't know, let it out a bit. Like, I was angry yesterday afterwards, and I didn't want to record and just start yelling into my mic. But those are my feelings about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl now. It sucks, but we can't change it. We're not in control. With all that being said, I've been Inferno. I'll see you beautiful, lovely people again next time.